Have you ever noticed something strange about the human mind? Sometimes the people who hurt us the most are also the people we miss the most. You know they weren't good for you. You remember the arguments, the disappointment, the moments when they made you feel small. And yet, somehow, you still find yourself thinking about them. You miss their messages, their voice, even the silly little things that used to annoy you. And that raises a strange question. If someone hurt you, why does your mind still want them back? Well, the answer has a lot to do with how memory works. Our brain is not a perfect recorder. It's more like a movie editor. And this editor has a funny habit. Over time, it slowly cuts out the painful scenes and keeps replaying the good ones. Think about it like looking at old photos on your phone. When you scroll through them, you see the smiling pictures, the fun trips, the laughs. You don't see the arguments that happened 5 minutes before the photo was taken. Your brain does something similar with people. It highlights the good memories and quietly pushes the bad ones into the background. So when you start missing someone, you're often missing a version of them that only exists in your memories, not the full reality. But memory is only part of the story. There's another powerful reason we miss people who hurt us, and that reason is emotional attachment. When you spend time with someone, talking, laughing, sharing parts of your life, your brain releases chemicals like dopamine and oxytocin. These are the same chemicals linked to pleasure and bonding. Over time, your brain gets used to those emotional rewards. So when that person disappears from your life, your brain feels like something important is suddenly missing. It's a bit like your favorite coffee shop closing down. You know there are other coffee shops in the city, but your brain still says, yeah, but that one was my place. Another reason we miss people who hurt us is something psychologists call unfinished emotional stories. Humans love closure. We like clear endings. But many relationships don't end neatly. Sometimes there are unanswered questions. What if things had gone differently? Maybe they'll change. Maybe we could fix it. Your mind keeps replaying those possibilities like a movie that refuses to end. And because there was never a clean emotional conclusion, your brain keeps going back to it. But here's something important to understand. Missing someone does not always mean they were right for you. It simply means they were once important to you. Your brain is reacting to the attachment and memories, not necessarily the reality of the relationship. In fact, sometimes the people we miss the most are the ones who gave us the strongest emotional highs and lows. And intense emotions, good or bad, tend to leave deeper marks in our memory. It's kind of like spicy food. You might complain that it's too hot while eating it, but somehow you still crave it again later. Human emotions can be just as confusing. But here's the hopeful part. The same brain that holds on to memories is also capable of creating new ones. The same heart that attached to the wrong people can also learn to connect with the right ones. And with time, distance, and new experiences, those intense feelings slowly lose their grip. One day you'll think about that person, and instead of feeling a heavy ache, you'll simply feel a quiet understanding that they were a chapter of your life, not the whole story. So the next time you catch yourself missing someone who once hurt you, don't be too hard on yourself. It doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't mean you made the wrong decision by walking away. It just means you're human. Because the human heart has a strange habit. It remembers the connection, even after it remembers the pain. But with time, the most important thing you'll learn is this. Missing someone is normal. Going back to what hurt you is a choice.